Alex was wandering the inner city trying to find some shelter to sleep in. He stumbled upon a back alley filled with junkies. Alex walked through the alley and saw firsthand the rotting and the crumbling society that was spreading throughout the country. He was disgusted by what he was seeing. He turned around to leave the area as fast as he could. It repulsed him. He didn't belong here. As he was walking out of the alley, he saw his reflection in a broken window. He looked indistinguishable from the homeless junkies that he was surrounded by.
It's weird, isn't it?
Alex turned around. It was the Monkey King leader he met the day before.
All of these people here were once regular people. Happy, stable, innocent. They all would have never thought to be in this position. To have themselves become shells of themselves. But it can happen to all of us. Even you, Alex. If you stay on these streets long enough, you'll eventually be amongst the dead men and women walking these parts of town.
What do you want from me?
You need a place to stay, Alex. We have that for you whenever you want.
Yeah, but what do you want from me in return?
Nothing. Let me show you who we are first. Come on, follow me.
Alex followed the man to a truck that looked as though it belonged on a battlefield. Alex sat in the passenger seat as the man entered the driver's seat. He pulled out a black bag.
What's that for?
You can't know where we live, Alex. Not yet.
He placed the bag over Alex's head and drove away from the alley.
How do I look?
You look fine, Jim.
Are you sure you want to do this, Jimmy? I mean, even if you don't win, you'll probably get more popular after this, and could leverage it for something greater.
Just record the video.
All right, whatever you say.
My fellow Americans, when I began my campaign, I was told it was too late. I was told I wasn't qualified. I was told I couldn't handle it, and they were wrong. The support that you have given me throughout my campaign gave me the extra energy and spirit that drove me to where I am, which is why it saddens me to announce that due to personal reasons, I am unable to continue to participate in the presidential race. Thank you for those who support me and for those who found my methods as a source of light in these dark times. I'm sorry I am unable to continue, but it appears that God has another plan that He wants me to focus my attention towards. The best of luck to my opponents, and hopefully the next President of the United States serves the people in the way that they would want them to. Good night, and God bless.
Okay, that's a wrap.
You were a little much on the God stuff there, Jim. You dropped out of the race, so you don't need that preachy religious shit no more.
I'm Irish. We all preach the God shit even when we're not running as a Republican.
I wonder if God preaches the Irish shit when he's running as a Democrat.
What the fuck does that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I was just trying to add to the conversation.
Are you drunk, Craig? Or now that I brought that up, are you going to talk about how God drinks too or something?
If God drinks, then he might be a Mick too.
If God drinks, it's probably because he has to deal with the fact that he fucked up the world by creating politicians.
Yeah, and Craig.
Yeah, he definitely fucked up by making Craig.
What the hell did I do?
Jimmy noticed that his old campaign manager was standing in the back of the room. Jimmy approached him.
What the hell you think you're doing, Jimmy? I didn't tell you to drop out, did I?
No, but I did it anyway. You think moving up in politics is more important than my soul? That's not up for sale.
You made a big mistake, Jimmy.
What's the problem? I'm out of the race. I won't be messing with your agenda anymore now, would I?
No, but you got the trust of millions of Americans because of your bullshit. We could have used that trust to sway the public in any way we wanted.
By using me.
Jim, it's not just the photos of that blonde in your apartment. I mean, believe me, Jimmy. If you think that hooker laying in the floor of your hotel room is the best we got, you're sadly mistaken. That's the tip of the iceberg, my friend. There's a lot more ways to persuade even the most stubborn of men. Because there is more than just the man Jim. There's the wife and the little kids, too.
It's too late. The video just got released. You won, okay? I won't be president. You don't have to worry about me messing with your plans.
Oh, Jimmy, that's not the point.
What's the point, then?
The point is to make sure nobody else ever tries to mess with our plans again.
So what? You gonna try and make an example out of me?
Maybe. But how about you reconsider dropping out? We'll talk again.
No, we won't. We're done.
Paul made his way back to the prison.
Excuse me, sir. This is a private area.
Yeah, I know. I'm police. I was here yesterday. I want to continue my questioning.
We know who you are, and we were given specific orders to not let you in.
This doesn't make sense. How come yesterday I was allowed in and now I can't?
I don't know, sir. That's not my job. My job is to follow orders, and the orders were to specifically not allow you in.
Paul peeked inside the prison and noticed that the cells were almost empty.
Where did all the inmates go?
Sir, please leave.
Yesterday, those cells were filled to the brim with Monkey King members, and now they're mostly empty. Where did they go?
Sir, if you don't leave this instant, I will be forced to physically restrain you and forcefully move you out.
Okay, fine.
Paul left the facility towards his police car. He sat in his car and stared towards the prison. Something wasn't right. Megan felt like they were driving for hours. It was almost as if not being able to see made her lose her sense of time. The vehicle finally stopped. The woman exited the vehicle.
I'll be back.
After about 5 minutes, the passenger door opened, and Megan was guided out of the vehicle and into a building. They pulled the bag off her head. It was dark. Standing in front of her was another man dressed exactly like the woman that drove Megan to the location. Megan assumed he was a member as well. The woman leaned over to Megan.
It seems as though we have another visitor here.
Behind the man stood another person with a black bag over their head. The man removed it, revealing the face of Alex Nielsen.
Well, let's begin.
He then pushed into the wall and opened a hidden entrance. In this secret room was a giant hole in the floor. It led into a tunnel.
You two follow me.
So you got the nigga?
Yeah, he's taken care of. You don't gotta worry about him no mo.
Deshaun and Jamar were once again talking to the kingpin in his office.
Where'd our body? You didn't just leave his ass on the street somewhere, did you?
Nah, I hid it in the south end. Nobody gone look for it there.
Just you? Any of your crew help you? Shamar?
Nah, I didn't help move nobody.
Why not?
I didn't know D-Ice the fool.
The kingpin turned his attention towards Deshaun.
You try and be all big hero and shit. Nigga, if you think moving bodies by your damn self is being heroic, then you a stupid motherfucker. You think I be impressed? Mo niggas, help with that shit. The less mistakes get made. I'm assuming you dragged his ass, so they might be bloodstains. Shit may have dropped out his pockets. Think, nigga.
The reason I didn't ask for any help because I didn't want any of my crew an accessory. That white boy was my fault. I brought him in. I made that mistake. Not any of my crews. My mess, it should be me that cleans it up. So I did. If the body get found and they investigate, then I'm the only one that is under suspicion. But they won't find that body. Even if they did, they want that kid dead anyway.
Height good. But hey, don't go walking out this joint like you some big niggas now. Your corner still not putting good numbers up.
It's the corner, yo. Nobody coming there anymore.
Then we'll move you to a new corner. How about the one on Mon Hill?
Isn't there already a crew in that corner?
Nigga, what you say? You done lost your mind questioning my decisions.
It's just that it could start some tension between the two crews.
Yeah, and now it's an opportunity for you youngins to show what you made of. You want to prove to us that you hard? That you made for these streets? You go out there, take those corners, and show those bitches and me who you made of.
We got the irons covered.
What about them cops?
You watch the news lately, nigga? The fucking government is going to war with that fucking Gorilla King group or whatever they gay-ass name is up there. You think they give a fuck if a few bodies hit the pavement? Shit! With the 5-0 distracted, now is the time to invade, and you motherfuckers are on the front lines.
Jimmy arrived home. He was dreading this moment. Michelle came downstairs. She was visibly upset.
So you dropped out?
Yes, I did.
And you didn't think of telling me first?
Well, I don't think it matters how you found out. You'll eventually figure it out anyway.
How would I be able to figure it out?
Well, you wouldn't be living in the fucking White House, for starters.
This isn't funny, James. You didn't want to consult with me? You didn't care what I had to say about it?
Honey, this is my deal, okay? Not your deal. You're not the one dealing with all these people in media. I am. Therefore, it's my decision.
Why? Why did you drop out? They loved you. The whole country. What happened?
This business is dirtier than you realize, Michelle. The only way to play this game is to get dirty. And I just can't do that. Then I'm not different than the people that I oppose.
Jimmy, you can fix that. You don't lack money. You don't lack the connections.
You don't understand. They didn't even want me to drop out.
What are you talking about? What do you mean they didn't want you to drop out? Jimmy, don't answer that phone. Answer me instead.
Give me a minute.
It was Dan on the other end of the phone.
Hello?
Jimmy, sell all your stock now.
I'm sorry?
Jim, they're going to destroy your company. Jim, sell all now.
Shit.
What is it?
Not now. Dan, I can't sell the stock. The whole company will sink. It won't last.
Jim, they are going to destroy your company and you. Your assets will be destroyed along with your reputation. You weren't supposed to know. It was a sneak attack on you.
Fuck, okay. I'll do it right now.
Jimmy, get ready. They're going to hurt you. Everything you've worked for is down the drain, your reputation, your charity work. It's all gone, Jimmy. It's all gonna fall tomorrow.
Megan and Alex were walking through the tunnel. Even though neither of them had bags over their head, they still couldn't see anything from the darkness.
So, Alex, you're a member?
No. Are you?
No, I'm just a reporter.
Really? You should probably get a new job. You look like you just got your ass beat.
I did.
Who do you work for?
Bill Shea.
Bill Shea sent you here?
No, I went on my own. Truth is, I actually hate him. So, why are you here if you're not a member?
Don't have anywhere to stay. Also, what's your deal? How did you get in contact with them?
Right place, right time, I guess. Hey, seriously, for what it's worth, though, I think it's terrible how the media treated you.
Well, your boss certainly didn't think so. From what I heard, he was saying I should go to prison for life.
I know. I don't think it's what he truly believes. He's just doing it for clicks. I think it's unprofessional. He's just unprofessional.
Yeah, but he's a professional dipshit, though. I'll give him that. I'm not sure if there are skill levels for being a total fuckhead, but if there is, he definitely is the gold medal champion in that category. Hey, I'm not sure if you're planning on using me in the report since you're just here for the Monkey King, but I got a scoop for you.
What is it?
You know, after I went to juvie for beating that kid up, my mother came to visit me, but she has a broken leg, so she has to use crutches. And on the way there, she got mugged and broke her other leg as a result. The guy got arrested, and it turned out that man was a serial mugger. However, because it was my mother that was mugged, these higher-ups buried the report and let the mugger free because they didn't want the public to sympathize with me. It's harder to paint a man as a monster when others feel bad for him.
Is this true?
Oh yeah, I can prove it because they told me his name.
Who was he?
Michael Blumen.
All right, we're here.
Megan and Alex exited the tunnel. They were underground. It was a large room with crowds of people waiting.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for waiting. When we radioed in to inform you that we have 2 important guests arriving, we weren't joking. This young woman right here is a reporter for The Bill Shea Show. No, it's not what you think. She is here to report and film our way of life, from our perspective, our goals, and to rid the media of all the hateful and deceitful lies that they have spewed about us. In order for her to do that, she needs a big platform, and she will use that show to platform who we are. And our next guest, which all of you have been anticipating for quite some time. Yes, the rumor is true, Alex Nielsen is here as well. We are going to give both of our guests a tour while being interviewed. This will be the most important day of the Monkey King.
Paul barged into Phil's office.
Phil, sorry for not knocking, but I need to talk to you. Something is up. I went to a...
I know where you went to, Paul.
How did you...
I got a call from the top that you've been sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. I told you to stay out of Blumen, Nielsen, and the whole Monkey King bullshit. You were told to stay here and take calls just in case any shit goes down. We need police to protect and serve, not to detect. Paul, I've defended you so many times. I've helped you so many times, but now you've officially done it. The mayor wants you out of the department. You're suspended.
You're joking.
Paul, the mayor, gave this department orders to have the men stay put and protect certain areas of the city. You disobeyed that order. We heard that you went to some military prison to interrogate a Monkey King member and then tried to go back again. As if breaking orders wasn't bad enough, you had to do it a second time.
They let me in, Phil. They didn't have a problem with it.
Well, they sure as shit have a problem with it now.
Yeah, it's because of what I saw. When I went there the first time, the cells were packed with Monkey King members, and I saw today that half of them were gone. Released.
That can't be true. I never heard any of that.
Phil, trust me, I saw it. Something is not right. We need to go back and...
No, you don't get it, Paul. This is your problem. You don't listen. You're suspended, and if you come back, you'll be fired. Fuck your pension, your work, all of that. Give me your badge and gun and get the hell out of here. Do this for me, because I don't want to permanently lose you.
Paul reluctantly handed Phil his weapon and badge. Deshaun and his crew were walking over to the corner that they were ordered to take down.
So, D, what happened when you iced Lex?
What's there to know? I put 3 in his dome and bounced out.
I thought you moved the body.
Well, yeah, I moved the body and bounced out after that.
Where you take him out?
To Arby's, I got him a sandwich.
Don't fuck with me, nigga. I'm being for real right now. Where you kill him?
At the basketball court, same place I killed Moby.
Why you 2 niggas fighting right now? We about to start a turf war with some other fools down the street. You niggas stupid or something?
Nah, I ain't stupid. I just know that if that white motherfucker is around, we gonna be dead. I want to make sure that ain't gonna happen.
What you gonna do, Jamar? Go look for Lex? Boss man need you to stay and fight for these corners. How you think he gonna feel when one of his niggas in the crew doing something else while he's supposed to be fighting?
I be fighting. Ain't no doubt about that, nigga. I fight all these pussy ass bitches. When I be done fighting though, I'll look for your boy. And I'll find him and bring his ass to the kingpin. I wonder what the boss man will think then.
Let's worry about that bullshit after we take those corners.
No doubt.
So what are the goals of the Monkey King?
Our goal is to bring back the country that we once knew. A country that values freedom, liberty, where the people could work as hard as they can and could get rewarded with the life they deserve. Now, we have a society where we have people working the longest hours since the Industrial Revolution, but without a place to live. People now live in tents and on the streets because our government wants to bomb poor countries so their donors can make more money. We are becoming slaves against our will because the choices of what we can be or do is now shrinking at such a fast rate where our only choices are to revolt or be enslaved. The powers that be aren't giving us a choice.
What do you mean that you're enslaved? You clearly are free to do whatever.
The best kind of prison is the one that gives the prisoners an illusion of freedom. Over 90% of our citizens can't afford a car, a home, there is no jobs around, and the ones that are available require 17+ hours of work that still doesn't cover the bills. So what can you do? You can't afford to eat, you can't travel, you don't have shelter, and now they are using Alex as an excuse to close us off from the rest of the city and potentially the rest of He country. We have no rights, we barely even have basic needs. That's called a concentration camp. People forced into a facility without trial for no reason other than they are what they are. The only options we have is to live in extreme third world poverty or join the army and kill other people living in third world poverty. That's not freedom if you ask me.
You talk about barely affording food, yet there isn't a major starvation crisis in this country.
Yes, there is. Nobody knows about it because it's on the south side of town, which nobody visits. That's why we live here. To keep this side of town from starving. We invest all the money to the south side to keep them from starving, and the inner city from becoming the south side. And if someone is to afford food, it is not the healthy food. So you have to eat the ones that are cheap and contaminated, which is owned by these major corporations. We get sick because of these foods, so we take medication from these same corporations. These medications make us mentally ill, which leads us in a prison which is owned by the same corporations. We have 3 choices: prison, open-air prison, or military. We are simply providing a 4th option.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Why do you call yourself the Monkey King?
It's from a 16th century Chinese novel called The Journey to the West. One of the characters was Sun Wukong, a monkey born from stone. He became a leader of monkeys on this mountain, which how became known as the Monkey King. Eventually, Sun Wukong gained supernatural powers, including being able to transform into anything from animals, objects, and even gods. But heaven didn't respect Sun Wukong, so he rebelled against the gods of heaven. The gods did everything to destroy him, but couldn't. Sun Wukong was too powerful. Sun Wukong defeated the gods. It took Buddha to trap him and chain him to a mountain for 500 years, before being freed and protecting a monk named Tripitaka on his journey. Sun became an enlightened and reached true immortality and a place in heaven. We are all just monkeys in this world. Like the monkeys in the jungle, we have hierarchy that doesn't change until one establishes dominance over the other. These monkeys at the top think they are gods, but they aren't. All it takes is for a group to rebel and push back to remind them that they are no different than us.
Hey, there's some breaking news on the TV. It seems important.
You guys have a TV?
The group gathered around and watched the news that was taking place.
Since the murder of Michael Blumen, the president has declared a new department strictly focused on defeating the Monkey King. The leader of this new department is Robert Ziegler. Here he is addressing the nation today after the announcement.
The Monkey King will be destroyed once and for all. I will put all my effort into achieving this goal. The department will be funded by military companies, as they will be at the forefront in destroying these members at any costs necessary. Although they haven't disclosed plans, I can assure you that sophisticated military operations will be taking place. As head of this department, it is necessary to treat these animals as the terrorists that they are, and that starts with these prisoners. I'll increase the legality of torture and death penalty of Monkey King prisoners, as well as destruction of the neighborhoods, until the Monkey King all turn themselves in. The Monkey King claim they are for helping American civilians, If that is the case, then they will turn themselves in before they get killed by the thousands.
In other news, Jimmy McLyle has been accused of sexual assaults on multiple underage women and potential murder. Whistleblowers from his company are now accusing him of fraud and misuse of funds. Jimmy has sold all his shares this morning, bankrupting his company. As a result of what followed, all major shareholders have sold stock and the rest will be liquidated. This will include his so-called charities, which upon further investigation turned out just to be non-government organizations used to defy the government's agenda. For example, one of these NGOs is for poverty, but it turns out this in fact is just a terrorist organization that works with the Monkey King. To distribute these funds, they claim it goes to the less fortunate, but we all know it's just to fund the group. And to me, if you fund terrorists, then you are a terrorist. This just shows the power that McLyle has. He's funding these NGOs to divide this country because of his pure hatred of America. I mean, he doesn't support these wars, which means that he doesn't support our troops. McLyle has always had power, but now we really see that he is a part of this deep state and a puppeteer that is destroying our democracy.
Jimmy was watching the news from his living room with Michelle.
This is bullshit. That's all lies.
Really? Why would they lie about that, James?
Because I didn't do what they wanted! I've never assaulted anyone in my life. I never committed any fraud. Those charities are not NGOs, and those funds did get distributed to the people in need. None of them were kept. I guarantee you those fake whistleblowers never worked at my company. Most of the outrage online are just bots.
Did you know they did business with the Monkey King?
Who gives a shit if they did business with them? What's important is that it saves lives. Michelle, if our kids were starving, would you care where the food comes from? Would you decline it if it's from a group that you don't like?
They're a terrorist group. Plus you fucking bankrupted your own company. All the employees hate you now.
I had no choice. They were going to bankrupt it anyway. The banks canceled my line of credit. They freezed all accounts and assets in them. The shareholders were all going to sell, and the market was going to short it.
Well, it's being saved, Jimmy, by other companies. So obviously they weren't going to destroy it.
Those are shell companies. They never existed a week ago, and now they somehow have enough money to buy these shares, and all they are going to do is run it to the ground and put the nail in the coffin. Michelle, listen to me. Don't you think it's odd that a week ago I was a presidential candidate, and now I'm a predator, a criminal, a terrorist, a member of the deep state, a puppeteer? Don't you think that's odd? You know me better than anyone. The only thing I've talked to you about was changing the system for the better. If I was a puppeteer, then why the fuck has nothing changed?
The room was quiet. Megan, Alex, and the rest of the Monkey King were stunned.
Jesus Christ, they're actually going to do it.
Okay, everyone, calm down. Now is the time for us to strategize.
What the hell are we going to do? They're going to burn the whole city if we don't dissolve. We have no choice. We have to do what they want.
No, we don't. Right now, a lot of the country supports our destruction because they don't know who we are. Once Megan here releases the interview, they will. She is our last hope.
It could take too long, though. We can't wait it out.
Yes, we can. We'll think of something until she releases the interview. But you have to leave now. Get back as soon as you can and publish it.
I will.
You and Alex will be guided back through the tunnel.
I won't. I'm staying here. I think I can help.
Perfect.
As Megan was leaving the room into the tunnel, she turned around and took one last photo of the group.
Good luck, Megan. Welcome, Alex. And as for everyone else here, get ready to go to war.
Paul was driving down the street. He didn't know where he was going. He just needed to drive, clear his head. He's been on the force for so long. He always towed the line, but he never thought it would ever come to a potential termination. As Paul was driving down an empty street, he saw a man walking by. Paul recognized him. He drove closer.
Holy shit!
It was the Monkey King member that he interrogated in the prison. Paul stopped his car and quickly hopped out.
Hey!
The man turned around. As soon as he saw Paul, he started sprinting. Paul began chasing him. The chase led into a back alley where Paul caught up to the man, knocking him to the ground. He had a gun on him, but Paul quickly grabbed it before he could utilize it. While pinning the man against the pavement, Paul pointed the gun toward his face.
Remember me? We're going to have a talk.